There is a divine truth known only to the universe and those who have seen its power personally. Earth angels are among us. You have been marked with an ethereal light from birth, which both blesses and burdens you. And you're one of them. This is not a decision you made, but rather a celestial identification, even if others cannot identify you. The universe has always been aware of who you are. They pulled a prank on you. They were unable to detect your radiant energy since they believed they were merely betraying another person. They were unaware that their actions would elicit an unexpected response. On the other side, injuring an earth angel calls the universe's balance into doubt, and the cosmos doesn't stay silent. The consequences that they are presently facing are not the product of a little stroke of bad luck or happenstance. They are reverberations of a divine rule that cannot be broken under any circumstances. Someone in your life believed they could outwit you with a smirk and a dishonest heart. They just played a game that may be deemed very lethal. They made the unfortunate mistake of believing you were the same as everyone else, blind to their schemes, unaware of their falsehoods, and unable to see through the mask they had painstakingly crafted. They felt they could manipulate you, steal from you, and breach your trust while fleeing with no repercussions. They failed to realize that lying to an earth angel is never just an act of betrayal. Rather, it is a declaration of war against the divine order itself. It's conceivable they sucked from you, sucking your energy like a parasite. And they did this because they assumed you would not notice how they drained you emotionally, spiritually, or financially. It's conceivable that they took advantage of you by creating stories so complex that even they started believing them. To make things worse, they sought to exercise influence on you via a complicated web of manipulation in order to shape your reality to their benefit. However, regardless of the method, the final aim remained the same. They wanted to take. They intended to lie, and they intended to utilize you to their own benefit. They began by celebrating their false triumph. They were certain that they had been duped and had been missed, so they laughed their heads off behind closed doors. They saw both your lack of reaction and your generosity as marks of weakness. However, earth angels do not behave in the same manner that ordinary humans do. It is not true that you chased them, begged them, or brought yourself down to their level. You, on the other hand, led them to feel that they had won. They were completely unaware that the rest of the world was already turning against them. They were unable to identify you for who we really are. You're more than simply a person. They didn't betray just anybody. Rather, they betrayed a designated person, an earthly angel, a creature guarded by powers beyond their comprehension. Their treachery wasn't only intended at you. It was also addressed to the divine forces that guide and protect you. Furthermore, those military treat such breaches seriously. Their arrogance kept them from realizing the reality of what was going on. They were under the notion that they had fled unscathed, free to continue their deceit. In other jurisdictions, however, they were misguided since the moment they began their treachery. They had firmly cemented their fate. Your spirit guides were aware that the cosmos was watching. They managed to control energy, but it eventually turned against them. The activities that occurred in the shadows are now being brought to light. They are uncovering the falsehoods they have lied, and the trust they have broken is proving to be their own undoing. The pain they caused on you is now retaliating against them with a power they cannot control. If your heart is overflowing with God's blessings, let that love radiate. Click the super thank you button and donate $100 or more to sow seeds of faith that will touch countless lives. Your giving exemplifies His richness. Be a channel for His grace and watch His kingdom grow through you. As time passes, people will realize that what they did to you was not a mistake. Rather, it was a curse they had imposed on themselves. The time of deceit has ended. Now it is up to them to cope with the consequences. There is never a period when earth angels like you are left exposed. Even while you're in quiet, and while you are in misery, you are encircled by an invisible force. This force consists of your spiritual team, your ancestors, your guides, and the heavenly forces that walk beside you. They do not overlook the pain they have caused you. They do not leave out anything. The activities performed against you have already been noted in the upper realms, and a reaction is already being formed. As we have this talk, You may have decided to take the moral high ground. You may have avoided exacting retribution, preferring peace over vengeance. However, divine protection does not need the movement of your hands. It will proceed on its own. Unknowingly, they unleash a power that never forgets, hesitates, or needs permission to act. When they misled you, this power did not need permission to act. Your spiritual guardians have already started the process, and there is no way to stop what comes next. You're here for a purpose. If you feel called, answer it. Click Join to get access to rare information, in-depth insights, and a strong community. This is not just a membership. It is an awakening. Step into your divine mission. Join the chosen. The treachery they committed was not just an infraction against you, but also a violation of the law, which applies to everyone. Earth angels carry pure energy, a frequency that cannot be touched without effects. When someone decides to act against you via falsehoods, manipulation, or damage, just walking away is insufficient. In doing so, they initiate a karmic loop that encircles them like an invisible chain, drawing them down to depths they had no intention of plunging into. Perhaps at first they will be unaware of it. Their life may continue as normal, and they may even convince themselves that they were successful in avoiding responsibility. It is not always true that divine protection is instantaneous. Instead, it is exact. The tragedy doesn't happen all at once. Rather, it is a steady process that eventually destroys their basis. They gradually lose their ability to depend on their previous connections. As time passes, the treasures that people formerly enjoyed begin to fade from their grip. Their seemingly unfettered path is abruptly blocked by obstacles that they are unable to overcome as they strive to understand the causes of the collapse of everything around them. They will fail to see the obvious truth. They are the ones accountable for this. As soon as they fooled one Earth Angel, they set in motion the chain of events that would finally unfold. It is only natural for the universe to respond in like. This is not a random event. Rather, it is the unavoidable effect of disrupting the divine order that has been created. They can do nothing to prevent it from occurring. Their lives has began to unravel as a result of the deception they perpetrated. It began as a little incident, such as a lost opportunity here or an unanticipated disagreement there. They dismissed it as a stroke of misfortune and never tried to investigate why the tide had turned against them. However, what started as little annoyances rapidly became a chaotic scene. Their financial situation gradually deteriorated. The weight of their own falsehoods shattered their relationships, and the tranquility they had previously taken for granted slipped through their fingers like sand. If they steal anything from you, whether it's your energy, trust, generosity, or something tangible, the universe will make sure that whatever they get is lost in an unexpected way. If they stole money from you, that individual is now plagued with financial insecurity. If they have tarnished your name, their own reputation is crumbling right before their eyes. Every lie they have spoken is coming back to haunt them, and each one presents itself as a new task, a new burden that they are unable to escape. They are trapped in a never-ending cycle of bad luck. They will not be able to advance no matter how hard they work at each phase. It's as if an invisible force is impeding their capacity to re-establish the steadiness they once had. This was not a coincidence, nor is it just karma in the sense that it is a broad idea. This is the most pure form of divine punishment. It is an unbreakable rule that ensures anybody who does damage to an Earth Angel will face the repercussions of their actions. You aren't here by coincidence. Feel the pull. Tap. Join to discover the truth, your purpose, and a tribe that understands. This is more than just a membership. It's your call. Even if they make an attempt to rebuild and reclaim what they have lost, their efforts will be ineffective. Their scheme will fail, and their efforts will not yield any results. They are no longer able to unlock previously accessible doors. It wasn't difficult for them to do so because of the energy they unleashed into the cosmos. They are presently trapped in a spiritual prison that they have built for themselves while sitting amid the ruins of their own demise. They will come to the horrifying understanding that this is not a coincidence, and it is not something they can simply ignore. They came upon the incorrect individual. They interfered with something they didn't understand. The universe has made its voice known. Their revenge has only just started. They have experienced a powerful, persistent, and inevitable consequence of the energy that they have sent into the world. They are now experiencing the things they did to you with more intensity. Everything they did, the treachery, the falsehoods, and the agony they inflicted have resurfaced, exacerbated beyond their control in the case that they misrepresented your identity. They are now the target of vicious rumors. Should they've lied about you? They are presently trapped in a web of deception that they have spun for themselves. It is apparent that they are losing far more than they have ever received. If they stole from you, they can only blame themselves for the fact that the world is now turning against them. They thought they could get away with their acts. However, the universe serves as an unforgiving and unyielding mirror. It captures every deed, purpose, and treachery. Return to the origin of the act, purpose, or deceit. It is now important for them to bear witness to their own doom, to experience the misery that they previously inflicted on you in a direct and personal way. The saddest part of it all is that there is no way out. People they had previously manipulated are now turning on them. Their dependence on the help they got is waning. They are now facing fear, uncertainty, and instability instead of the security they formerly experienced by deceiving an earth angel. They are learning, in the most horrible manner possible, that there is never a situation without repercussions. What they had started has now come full circle. They have finally accepted responsibility for the anguish they created, and the universe will not spare them. Their deceptions are unraveling. Their true character is being revealed, and they can no longer hide for lengthy periods of time. They operated in the shadows, confidently telling falsehoods and manipulating others around them without fear of repercussions. However, the universe does not allow falsehoods to go undetected for an unlimited length of time. The mask that they have painstakingly created is starting to break apart piece by piece, and their true face will soon be revealed for everyone to see. He has blessed us with his grace. Click Super. Thank you, and please donate $100 to spread his light. Your contribution of planting seeds that expand his kingdom will be a benefit. Aside from this one, there were many additional betrayals. They are not embarrassed to admit that they have previously lied, deceived, and harmed others. However, by deciding to betray you, they have caused their own downfall. This is because earth angels serve as both protectors and catalysts for heavenly truth. Individuals who were previously inclined to accept their falsehoods are now starting to mistrust them. They can no longer trick people with the charisma that they formerly had. The sincerity of their declarations does not match the honesty of their actions. Furthermore, some will face public humiliation. The scope of their lie will be disclosed on a scale they could not have predicted. It might materialize as a scandal, a broken relationship, or a tarnished reputation, among other things. It does not matter what it is. Whatever it is, it will take away their false power. All of the things they built on falsehoods will crumble under them as they stand in the rubble of their shattered image. They will come to regret the day they ever crossed paths with an earth angel. It is the universe's obligation to ensure that everyone sees them for who they really are. Currently, they cannot be redeemed. The first thing they must do is endure the same humiliation, misery, and exposure that they previously inflicted to others. They can no longer disguise the reality, and they have nowhere to go from there. If you cheat an earth angel, you will suffer permanent karma. It leaves an impact on the spirit of the misled. The dynamism that formerly propelled them forward, as well as the luck that looked to be on their side in the past, has abruptly evaporated. The responsibilities of life grow, the darkness deepens, and they face fundamentally new obstacles. People are conscious that they have changed from who they were in the past. They may attempt to advance in order to recover their footing. However, each of their endeavors will be met with resistance before they get a chance to grasp the possibilities. They're gone. They used to be able to easily get through the doors, which are now entirely closed. It is impossible to change their fate with any amount of effort, deception, or dishonesty. They have lost the favor of the universe and are now plagued with a burden that will last the rest of their life. People in close proximity to them will begin to sense it, which is an unexplained shift in energy and a weight in their presence. Friends will grow estranged from them. Friends will turn hostile, and the bonds on which they formerly depended will finally fray. It is not because of anything visible, but because they have been insulted on a deep spiritual level. People no longer believe in them. They are no longer welcome, nor are they a part of the flow of plenty. This is not simply a temporary setback, but also a spiritual exile, a punishment imposed on them by the forces that they have defined. They are now on a path defined by loss, perplexity, and loneliness. No matter how much they try to escape it, the truth is that they are the ones who brought this on themselves. Everything they worked so hard to build via dishonesty is now crashing apart. This foundation they were standing on was never solid. Rather, it was a frail fantasy kept together by deceit, manipulation, and energy taken at this very instant. It is crumbling under them, a bit at a time. If people utilize dishonest tactics to earn riches, it will be taken away in unexpected ways. They will have to struggle for stability as a consequence of sudden and unexpected losses. Business transactions fail, and money streams cease to flow. They will fall far more than they could have imagined. If they deceived you in order to elevate themselves, the people they were attempting to impress will turn their backs on them in disgust, and the prestige they have been holding to will crumble right in front of their eyes. This is not your usual setback. Rather, it is a complete collapse, including the destruction of all people once cherished. Nothing will be spared, including their house, wealth, connections, and the image they have carefully constructed for themselves. They are now losing control of the very things that are most important to them, and the more they strive to keep control, the faster they lose it. The illusion they lived under will be destroyed beyond repair, and they will watch in terror as their kingdom crumbles to ashes. When it is ruined since their achievement was never real, there will be no way to repair or regain what they've lost. It was taken without authorization, stolen, and then claimed falsely. Currently, the universe has been regained. Everything. Now that their bogus empire, built on lies, has fallen, no one can assist them. Even while quick destruction isn't the greatest penalty for betraying an earth angel, silences. A thunderous, all-encompassing silence emanates from the very center of the cosmos. The same powers that had previously provided them with opportunity, direction, and protection had now abandoned them. The prayers they give remain unanswered. They are unable to achieve the manifestations that they want. And no matter how much they plead or how many times they try to redirect their energy, nothing works in their favor. They will become aware of it gradually. People who were formerly in their near neighborhood start to vanish. Several individuals remove their support without explanation, while others quickly turn against them. They are no longer getting invites or messages, and they no longer have access to the attention that they used to seek and live on. Then something more fundamental, a loneliness beyond anything they have ever felt, starts to take hold. This is a sort of both social seclusion and spiritual exile. These celestial powers, which had previously allowed them to roam all across the earth, have now severed all links between them. They want to relive their old lives and revive the vigor they once had. But things will never be the same. They are unable to enter it. Previously, they had no problem getting money, friendships, or success. Nonetheless, these items are now beyond their grasp. Each thing requires 10 times the amount of work. However, it yields no results due to the weight of their own judgments. They will feel as if they are unable to progress and cannot escape the limits of an unseen prison. This is not an instance of misfortune. Rather, it is God's judgment. Due to the lack of distractions or facilitators, people will be forced to face themselves in this stillness. They will be faced with the truth of their actions and the hole that has been left behind. They are not punished only for the sake of punishment. Rather, the cosmos is giving them a lesson they decided not to learn. Whatever you steal from others without a legitimate reason will always be taken away from you. They will remain in this emptiness until they acknowledge the wrongs they have done, and until they face the reality. Those who have been selected do not mourn what has been taken. The deceit, loss, and misery that has been placed on you should not lead you to weep. Anything that was stolen will be repaid in a more meaningful manner. and whatever that was broken will be healed beyond our understanding. The cosmos does not allow an earth angel to suffer unnecessarily. The tears you shed, the times of doubt, and the sorrow you felt were all seen, chronicled, and prepared for redemption. You have already received heavenly retribution for your acts. Everything that has been taken away from you, including lost time, betrayed love and trust, and depleted energy, is being returned in full. When one door is closed, another is opened, which will be bigger and more remarkable than the one that was closed in areas where one link was broken. New, stronger partnerships are forming. You are being raised not in spite of what happened, but because of it. Your benefits will come to you unexpectedly and effortlessly. Money that was withheld from you will come back to you unexpectedly. Opportunities you thought you'd lost will come back to you in more meaningful ways. You will discover love that you have been denied, and it will be deeper and more real than ever before. What's the most thrilling part? Your enemies will be forced to sit and watch. They will see your acceptance, prospering, and rise to an untouchable position in ways they could never have imagined. However, this is not about seeking vengeance. You bear no responsibility for their lack of achievement. What you should focus on is getting. I selected you, which is why you are special. You provide a challenge to others in your immediate neighborhood. You don't want vengeance, and you don't have to. Your energy is the only thing that can convey the truth. Some people will feel your divine spirit and profit from it, while others will want to exploit you, and they will fail due to their own conduct. The equilibrium of the universe may be found here. In this sense, the Earth Angel leaves a legacy that you were never meant to be a part of. You were never designed to be a normal person. The course you are on is one of elevation, and those who are unable to match your frequency will be removed either willingly or forcibly. The betrayals, losses, and heartbreaks were not meant to destroy you. Rather, they were designed to purify you and separate you from those who were never worthy of standing beside you. The route you're on is sacred. The obstacles you faced were not intended to be punishments, but rather initiations.